This is the mission 2 walkthrough. So, you want to put this car on whichever lift, it'll send you into the garage. First things first, you're going to need to change bushings on this car. So, go here, type in bushing, and I believe we need to buy 10. Small and large. Never mind, because we don't know which ones we need until we get here. So, go ahead, lift the car all the way up on the left. Then you come over here. I don't know if you start with this, but you probably do. You move this to the lift where the car is, right? And then open the hood just for the heck of it. I'm going to show you guys a really fast trick into beating this mission. So I already discovered all the parts on this car, so I'm just going to show you those real quick. You need a belt tensioner, brake disc, 4 pads. What I do is I order 4 of all that stuff, because if you're changing 4 pads, you might as well change 4 discs. You might as well have 4 calipers. Now, this is the stuff in the engine. You need 4 rubber bushings, but you might as well just change all of them. Serpentine belt, spark plugs. So you're going to have to do all that. Plus, you're going to have to change the oil and then all that. So, you save the lube job for last. So you come under here. First thing you want to do is locate the transmission housing. Right here. This is the gearbox. You need to get this off to make this quick. So, you take off the rim. Should be easy enough if you have the upgraded screw. We'll go ahead and take the caliper off. We'll take the brake pads off. Get rid of that brake disc. I believe the next thing is the drive axle. Yep, and that's that part done. You don't need to do anything else. Now, you come over to this side, same thing. Take this wheel off. And then, see, this mission was annoying because when I first played it, I didn't have anything fully upgraded or whatever. So what I recommend you do, if you really don't want to deal with taking years to unscrew parts of the engine, is do the sub cars that show up, level up, and then upgrade your stuff. You take the drive shaft off. That's the major piece out of the way. You have to remove that, so the front exhaust section's gone. Now, the starter here, you have to lower to get to that, so that's okay. We'll do that real quick. Alright. Okay, let's see here. Where did that starter go? It's hidden off here. There it is. It's 2 screws. That's off. Okay, now you can lift her back up. Then after we're done, we'll give her a wash and some other stuff just to show you guys you can do a complimentary wash for your customer. Okay, so the gearbox comes off with about 8 bolts. Now, you're ready for the fun part. The bushings I recommend doing last, because you don't really need to remove anything to get them out. Submit the brakes. Don't do those right away. So you click A on this, you hit pull out. Now, you won't see the, you have to drain the oil. Okay, well, there's an easy way to do this. Come under here, it should be, there's the brake, there's the oil filter. And it didn't give me a warning. Okay, so we'll just remove the oil pan for the heck of it. There you go. You pay 100 credits, oil's out. You don't have to do the annoying stuff to get rid of it. Alright, now. And 100 credits is going to be nothing to you after you complete this car. Alright, so you hit pull out. Now, you'll notice there's no engine on here. It's because it's in your inventory. So you run over here, you hit install engine, hit A. Now, the engine is easy to get taken apart. Watch this. We're going to take this thing apart quick. Clutch pressure plate. Take that off. This engine's pretty pristine for what it is. Okay, now you want to get rid of all the components that are green. Most of them I know where they are. I always get rid of this first, then the timing belt. Now see, we have rusty stuff. Most of the crap is in the engine, like I said. But we'll get there in a sec. Get rid of these ignition coils. I think you're supposed to change 2 spark plugs. I just do all 4 of them because it's quick. and they're pretty inexpensive. So, yeah. And there's the camshaft. Now, how you get this out is these caps. There are 4 of these, I think, but you do have to remove both cams to get the other components that you need out. So, pretty quick job here. Once you have the upgraded unscrewing, it's pretty fast. Take out the spark plugs. You definitely don't want to forget to remove these. Not that they're useful to you right now or anymore, but yeah. Let's go ahead, get those out. Okay. Cam cap off. Give me a sec. Alright, so all that's off now, right? So what we do here is we look around the engine because there are stupid things like these here, rod caps. I mean, they're essential for a car, but they're stupid because you have to take them off. So next is the pistons. You remove those. What the fuck is holding this on here?
Try these ones.
Those are the ones I'm talking about. I know those fit. So I threw all the other ones away. Alright, so we're pretty much down to the nitty-gritty here. There's 4 pistons to remove, which are pretty simple to get out now. That's the engine block now. Now the crankshaft will come out. Now, we check our inventory. You want to order one? No, you don't want to order those. Sorry. Look for your rusty stuff being red or orange. So you need that, you need that. You hit back on these. I don't know what button it is on PS4 or whatever. And then we're just going to go ahead and do the 2 spark plugs and the 2 ignition coils, I believe. Or is it just 1? We'll do 2 just to be safe. Okay. Then you get the ventilated brake disc, brake pad, ventilated disc. I'm sure there's 2 more of those, but for now, that's not from our car, I don't believe. We'll order it anyway just to be safe. We have the money, so... Yeah, this is from another car I was working on. Alright. So, now. You can go to the computer, or if you have the tablet, which I recommend getting, makes life a lot easier. We don't need piston rings. I can remove these. We do need one of these. You're going to need a cam gear. You're going to need a belt tensioner. A serpentine belt. idle roller A. Spark plugs aren't in this one. Ignition coils aren't in this one. 2 ventilated brake discs. 2 brake pads. See, I have the thing where I can just go like fix brake discs, but I'm not going to do that because this is level 2. You guys would not have that if you're playing the vanilla version of the game and didn't use the cheat name at the start, like I did. Alright, so we need 1 ABS pump, 2 spark plugs, 2 ignition coils. Okay, now let's go rebuild this engine. Let's go ahead and the rotator, put the camshaft in first. Get that out of the way. We'll get the oil filter last. You do not need that right now. Okay. Get a power steering pump. We got that. Put in your water pump. Easy enough. Idler roller A. That's the one we just bought. Okay. So you put back on the flywheel and all of its components, which there's 3 total. That's 2. And that's 3. And then that little cap thing. Okay. This customer car, for the most part, was pretty well taken care of. I can't really complain. While you're in here, you might as well put the crankshaft bearings back on. Saves you a lot of problems later on. And then when you have the car back on the lift, you put the oil pan back on. That's generally how I do it anyway. Let's go ahead, put the pistons back in. You can do that from under here. Sometimes it's annoying to click on, but yeah. Okay, now you put the piston caps or the rod caps back on. These are long screws, so they take a sec, but you know, overall. So let's just do this real quick. And then the last rod cap, because this is a 4-cylinder. Okay, so you can now put on your oil pan if you want. Might as well just do it now. We don't have to go back in there. Alright, engine head. And then you put on the exhaust manifold. It's 4 bolts. I'm trying to rotate the engine, but it will not let me, so we'll just go with it. Turbocharger. Okay, one of your damaged parts is now in. And then the second part is in. Screw that back in. You got 8 of these things. Remember these. Camshaft caps. Okay. So let's screw these in real quick and then we'll go to the next part. We'll do the cover. This is where the spark plugs now come into play. So we'll put that one in. That one in. Alright, now. Okay, that's done. Now we have our new cam gear that we're going to install. That's another idler roller. Okay, that means you can put your serpentine belt back on. Your belt tensioner, your timing cover. Crankshaft pulley. So this engine's pretty much almost back together. Your belt. Leave another idler roller. Yep. Now, throttle. Okay, and then we have the ignition or the fuel injectors, whatever these are. I call them ignition caps, but they're just fuel injectors. Okay. These are, you will misnotice these sometimes if you're not paying attention. This is why we take the engine out of the car, because I did not notice these ones, and I was looking around for like an hour before I found them. So, yeah. Anything else other than that? No. Okay. So, let's get this thing off the stand. Take it off engine from stand. You go back to your car. Install. Okay. Now she's good. You want to put her back on the lift. Alright, now that you need the oil filter, you go ahead and click that. I'm just going to use the tablet. You guys can literally buy this thing for like 500 credits right at the start of the game. It will save you a lot of time. And I deleted it. Okay, so select. Oil filter, got it. Alright, the oil filter's on. Now we're going to put back the gearbox. Okay. The exhaust pipe thing back on we took off. Now let's look around, because pretty much, actually, you can go to your car status to find these by hitting X. Okay, it still says there's on a spark plug-in, so we'll fix that. I don't know why it does that. You just gotta take it out and put it back in. Brake discs and brake pads, obviously. Okay, so it's these two rubber bushings here. Alright, so we need to move over to that. There we go. Got that one. Got that one. That's easy. These things are very hard, easy to miss in this game though. So, okay, and there's a rubber bushing in this thing, and the other one's probably right across. Well, it's not. Interesting. Did I need 4 or 3? I needed 4, so yeah, it was across. That's weird. Okay. So you go into your little computer thing. Yeah. Oh, never mind. You go to your inventory first, and then you do small rubber bushing. And get rid of the oil filter. We got that. You get 4 of these. Okay. Now let's put these back in real quick to save ourselves some headache. It was just a rubber bushing. Right. Well, 8 credits ain't that bad to waste. 15, that would have been annoying. Alright, so pretty self-explanatory. You just do the part mount, put these 4 things back in. They're highlighted blue because I clicked on them in my inventory thing on the customer report. It's an easy way to find parts if you're not sure where they are for beginners. I've gotten pretty good at this. I pretty much know where rubber bushings are at this point. Alright, we can put the drive shaft back on safely. We can put the front axles back on, because we're not doing anything else over here. We'll take care of the brakes when we're done here. Alright, now let's go find that spark plug. It's right up here. Okay, so you have to lower the car to get to that. So let's find out which spark plug it's indicating is the wrong one that I put in. Well, it's one of the older ones. Okay, so let's solve this problem and take the cheap route. Take this one out, right? Just take out this one, because this one was one of the new ones. Yep. And then you go to part mount. You see the 100%, put that one there. And then put the 77 one there. Okay. Then you do that. And we'll double check it. And yeah, it says the spark plug's good. Now we're gonna do the brakes real quick. Let's fill this thing with oil real fast though to save ourselves a second. Okay. You just click on the oil fill plug. Fill it with oil until the can thing tips backwards. I'll show you what it means, or what I mean. That complete. They want you to drain these, so how you do this is you go here, not fuel pressure, that's stupid. You grab your drain tool, hold down A, this is my favorite thing to do on here. The reason you drain these is because you could remove these, but you would waste a lot of money removing them. Each one of these, when they create a mess, causes like 50 credits to clean. So, start of the game, you're not going to be rich. I am, as you can see, so I would just remove the part and put it back, but, you know, a little easier to do it this way. Alright, now. Let's just get these fluids filled real quick. This goes up to the line right there in the middle. And there. Okay. Even though with me, I, in real life, fill my car's liquid things all the way to the top if possible. This goes up to that middle line. So the good thing about this game is it will typically tell you. It shows you a fill, basically, like a fill line, like you have in a real car, which is interesting. This one is kind of fast to fill, so, you know. Alright, now, that's done. So you check your car status page. Make sure you did all that. Okay, power steering fluid, we forgot about that. This one's the coolest one because it's got a little red line. I like to make the line darker red, as you can see, before I let it finish. I'll fill that line all the way. Alright. So that's all complete now. The fun part, the brakes. We need to get these 2 tires off. What we're going to do is just give her 4 new brakes. I mean, the customer can afford it. They've got a Mini, okay? So, okay, so we'll do that. We're going to order 4 pads, 4 rotors, 4 calipers. You can paint these too. I'll make a demonstration of how to paint items in another one. Alright, now. Let's find our brakes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the cylinder is important too. You want 4 of these as well. Alright, now. We can go ahead and start putting the brakes back on. Brand new pads. This car is going to be a happy car. I just put the tires back on one at a time as I finish putting the brakes on. That's just me. You don't have to do it that way, but it's a little easier, I think. Alright, let's see. Okay. Well, now we're going to order 2 more because, yeah. We need 2 of these. 2 of these, because I guess we already ordered 2 earlier and I just wasn't paying attention. 2 of these, okay. Now, did we order brake disc? Yes, we did. Good. Later in the game, when you take brake discs off cars, not all the time, but most of the time, you'll be able to take them to a machine in the back room and upgrade them or fix them. So you're not spending the money to buy new ones. It's a little easier to buy new ones, it's faster, but I mean, other than convenience sake, it's not really worth it. Alright, brake pads, brake caliper, caliper cylinder, screw that on. We will get this tire on, and I think that is mission 2 complete. If you like these walkthrough videos and want me to keep doing these, give me a like, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, thanks for watching. Let's just double check and make sure the car is all good. But, nope. Okay. Yep, we're all good. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. This is mission 2. This mission is fairly difficult for beginners. I mean, it annoyed me. That's why I'm doing these. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.